Breaking news and sad news coming out of the WWE today as a new article in regards to the assaults Vince McMahon committed against his staff have come to light. We got to talk about it. The article goes into Vince's misconduct with a Miss Grant who worked in the legal department. The two were actually introduced by a mutual friend. Miss Grant has lived in the building that Vince McMahon's penthouse was in, and after her parents had passed away, she was looking for a job, and Vince had hired her on, actually creating a new role for her in a legal department. But ultimately, it was kind of a sham role. People in the department said, she didn't have a lot of work to do, so they weren't really sure why she was there. Unfortunately, we found out, and that was because Vince McMahon was abusing her. And this next part is going to be very tough. It's not a good subject at all, but I do think it is something we need to talk about as pro wrestling fans, because this is wholly unforgivable, and we can't let this stuff continue to happen in professional wrestling if it still is. It said in the report that Vince McMahon trafficked her to other men such as John Laurinaitis multiple occasions. There was an attempted trafficking to a WWE superstar who was a former UFC star. The article goes on to allege that Brock Lesnar was one of those men. It also says in the article, though, that Brock Lesnar never went through with it as there was a snowstorm that impeded his travel plans. McMahon shared private pictures of Miss Grant with fellow WWE staff, wrestlers, and the like, which not good. Many of the staff who remarked on the photos, Vince in turn I'm so sorry. This is really bad. It's just awful to talk about. Vince would send her to have sex with these people. And it's not something she enjoyed. She mentioned that she felt really bad after every encounter, even told Vince this, and Vince did not care. There was a incident in June of 2021 where Vince attacked her and locked her into his own private dressing room, where he assaulted her over a massage table. After the assault, or alleged assault, I guess in this case, Vince had Vince's personal assistants brought her a $15,000 card to Bloomingdale's, which is a department store. I move on and I say this, and I don't look. It's not good to talk about, but I think it's important here. It's mentioned on her that Vince assaulted her multiple times. She tried to break off the relationship, and that just wasn't happening. There was a time where Vince defecated on her during an encounter, which was not something discussed or wanted. Let's see here. The reason we're hearing about this now, there was a $3 million payment to go out to her. The other half would be an NDA on her part, where she wouldn't say anything bad or disparage or talk about the relationship with Vince McMahon. That was said to be bringing about. She was supposed to get paid $3 million. After the $1 million initial payment, no payments were received, and that's why we have this lawsuit now. I know Vince McMahon is no longer part of WWE, but I do think it's important to understand the history of these folks who have been in this business. We had the same conversation with Hulk Hogan and his racism the other day. This is bad. This is awful. This is I don't know how I don't want to rank anything, but this is up there. This is just as bad, this is just as bad. So I don't bring this up to slam on anybody or say anything about anybody, except, shame on Vince McMahon. He deserves to be nowhere around professional wrestling at all anymore. That him on the board, or not the board, but him doing the bell ringing yesterday with The Rock and all them, Vince McMahon needs to be out of professional wrestling forever. If you disagree in the comments, save it. Truly save it, because you're wrong. And I know a lot of people are saying, oh, well, innocent till proven guilty. I think we just better protect people instead. Vince McMahon shouldn't be anywhere near professional wrestling. Vince McMahon shouldn't be anywhere where he holds a position of power over anyone. Time and time again, it seems like he keeps abusing it, and this allegations today is no different. So please, if you know anyone who is suffering through a workplace violence like this, please reach out. There are people who can help. We will get you connected with whoever we can. But this news today is absolutely shocking and horrifying. And Vince McMahon he needs to go away forever. I mean, not just wrestling. Like, this is crime. This is a crime. This is a crime. Pure and simple. I don't even feel like doing the catchphrase. Yeah. Just lock Vince up. We'll see you later.